This is a tool we've been using for years to cut hair at home. And if this was all there was to it, then it would work well maybe as a shaver. But what makes it valuable is having these different attachments to it, and allows you to cut hair at precise lengths very uniformly. And my hands are a little greasy right now because I was just oiling this, oiling the blades. We like to put a drop of oil on there before we get started because it does, we're almost out of oil, but there, I almost always put a drop of oil on there because it helps keep the blades sharper longer. Okay, this attachment is allows for the longest cuts of all, and that is the one I'm going to use in our case. Right now it's on the shortest setting, so I've got this much length I'm cutting on the back of the head, and then I'll switch and use some of the others on the sides. So around the ears, you're going to want a shorter cut, but I'll start with this and see where it ends up. Because you can cut it too short and you can't put it back on. So we'll use this and then see if we need to cut more. Measure twice, cut once. Now I've removed the attachments, so I just have the blades themselves to clean. Cut the back edge here across. Slight diagonal, doesn't need to be much. Or you could get fancy and do some zigzag, I suppose, but this is traditional cut here. And then you can also flip it over and use it to just trim up the neck little bit by little bit. Okay, and here's a traditional tool for you, good old-fashioned pair of scissors. Now these scissors have been around a long time. These were my husband's grandfather's scissors, and he was a barber. And these are self-sharpening scissors, so every time you snip, as long as you close them all the way, they keep themselves sharp. And we're going to use these to trim up around the ears just a little closer and a little more precisely. Okay, so in the back here, we use the tool with the taper to keep this all pretty even, but up here, it was pretty long. I didn't use it at all, and so I'm just going to use the scissors to make this a little more gradual. We are wanting it longer at the top, but see how uneven that is. We'll just even that out a little bit. And if you just take a little bit at a time, and it can be intimidating, but if you start when your kids are small, you'll have a lot of time to learn, and they'll give you lots of grace. And as they get older, you'll have more practice, and you can save a lot of money this way. So of course, boys a lot of times will have shorter hair, and that helps. So that's gonna blend in a little better now, and we're about done. So trimming around the ears, you're probably going to want to use scissors on this. This would be a perfect example of using scissors. We're going to come up right alongside. Get rid of stragglers like that and lift it away from the ear a little bit. To trim that a little more precisely. I'm going to give a little shape to this too. So we'll trim this a little too, make it more of a gradual and even line here. I guess we figured we started early with this because if you figure $20 or so every 6 weeks, and you got several children, plus yourself and your husband, it's going to add up really fast. Everything does when you have a family, so it's something you can do to trim costs. Ha ha ha, no pun intended. And that is not that hard. These hair clippers are not that expensive, but they can save you a lot of money. If you add up $20 over and over again, you see how quickly that saves on your monthly budget, and it doesn't take that much to save a lot of money. We'll get this ready for next time. Make sure you remember to put your oil on and give it a try. If you have some tips, put them in the comments below, and here's to saving a little more money every month.